Bit of an intimidating stare down between the two fighters. Ohara Davies looking menacingly into the eyes of Ahmed Ibrahim when the referee drew them together. This is a 6-rounder made nominally at super lightweight, although Ahmed Ibrahim, a late substitute, weighed in more like super welterweight. Ohara Davies with a new promoter, signed a deal with Frank Warren, and there's plenty of potentially big fights out there for him. He has a bit of a degree in rubbing people up the wrong way, to put it mildly, but he said he's older and wiser and he's learned from his mistakes.
Let's just worry about what he does in the ring, I think, John. I think that's the safest bet. And he can fight.
Absolutely. 13 stoppage wins in those 16 victories. His only defeat came up in Scotland against Josh Taylor. And potentially a fight against Josh Leather lined up for Ohara in June. This is one to kind of get the cobwebs out of the system.
Yeah, I think he's practically a late replacement himself, isn't he, really, Davies?
Jack Catterall as well. That's obvious fights which could potentially work out as an eliminator if Terry Flanagan were to win the title. I mean, there's big fights out there.
Yeah, there is, but Ibrahim got his own little ideas here. There's a lovely right hand through the guard there of Davies. Got such long arms, though, hasn't he, Ohara Davies? You can see when he gets that left hook, he makes you fall a bit short, sits back on the back foot and whips in that left hook.
Trains with Carlos Moreno, who was a decent amateur who represented both Britain and Portugal back in the day. Not yet got a license as a second, so he's not able to take his place in the ring. Cornerman duties being done by Adam Hart and Mervyn Turner. That's good right hand. Ibrahim took it well, though, fair play.
But again, could have got such a long reach, even though he fell short with that jab of his. He made Ibrahim lean over the back foot off balance and then just chopped down with the right hand there, Davies.
For a 10-stone fighter, Davies is a serious unit, isn't he?
He's a big lump. Not massively tall for the weight, but yeah, he's solid, stocky and long arms and carries plenty of power. But Ibrahim's proven pretty awkward to hit clean.
Was a Muay Thai kickboxer once upon a time, Ibrahim. Had 1 or 2 unlicensed fights before coming into the pro game in 2016.
Little feint in his nose here, Davies. Ibrahim's moving around, he's looking now. Look at the counter when Davies falls short, so there's a little feint just to draw this punch or so he holds the guard and then you can maybe target the body. Good upper body movement there from Ibrahim to finish the round.
Well, arguably the quality shot of the round was that right hand of Ibrahim's, but Davies is landing more quality work.
And he paid him back there with that jab, and the right hand over the top was probably a heavier punch, but yeah, that right hand by Ibrahim was a good shot. She did with such long arms, he makes you lean back off balance when he misses you with the jab. You would tell most fighters not to throw a right hand if you don't land with the jab, but because he got such that long reach, makes you sit back off balance, and he knows he's gonna if he leans over that front foot, he's gonna land with that right hand.
Jack Catterall in action on this bill a little bit later on this evening.
Jab to the body, you'll come with a running jab and follow with a right hand. Make sure your back foot's a little bit closer because it's a bit far.
Weighed in 3 pounds over the 10-stone division limit. Ohara Davies says that's no problem, says he's in shape and ready to go with those big fights as soon as they can happen. Got to get through this first, though. Second round coming up.
Ibrahim's making himself an awkward target to hit clean, and that's obviously the right idea against a big puncher like Davies. Just needs to do a little bit more, though, just to unsettle Davies. Timed him onto that right hand, maybe just try a little bit more that, but commit to it.
Just telegraphing that right hand a little bit, Ohara, at the moment.
Yeah, well, he knows you're wary of it every time, so he just swings it in. It stops, even if he doesn't land, it stops you from working. And punches do that. They make you feel their power early, so then whatever they threaten to do, you're looking to defend rather than to counter or attack.
A Hackney boy, Ohara Davies. Trains in a gym down there in Dalton. He's had an array of minor belts, including the English title. And fairly limited amateur experience, and 18 fights as an amateur, Davies, undefeated.
Shot. Actually, the shot wasn't great, the reaction was good.
Yeah.
Ibrahim just a little bit off balance and over the front foot, and he whips in that left hook there, Davies. His quick hands, good reactions.
Seemed hell-bent over the last year or two on playing the role of the bad guy, didn't he, Ohara? And you kind of meet him away from big set-piece staged events, and he's not really that kind of guy, you know. And yet he sometimes can't help himself, seemingly.
No, but sometimes if that's the role you're going to play, commit to it. That's what I say. You know, I'm not loving of all this pantomime stuff, but if that's what you're going to do, then commit to it. Don't give up halfway if people don't like it. You know, I think. But then he's saying he's being ill-advised or whatever. But you know, I think it's just the body of your work. That's why you're judged on at the end of the day.
Yeah,
if you're a good fighter, if you can fight, then people are worried about that.
At the end of the day, it's the old maxim, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, words will never hurt.
That's right, John. Oh, good shot there from Davies. Again, because the technique is not like it's so unorthodox that it's almost, you want to almost tell him off. But because he got such crazy long arms, he finds room for it. Lifts the elbow. It reminds me of a fella called Neil Swain from back years ago, super bantamweight. He had freakishly long arms, and he'd throw a shot, and it would never meant to hit you. He'd always find the target somehow. And Davies is very similar to that.
Round reaches its conclusion, and another clear victory for Davies, who's getting some much-needed rounds. I think that's what he wanted. He wouldn't, people around him wouldn't want to see him get a quick bowl over. I think a few competitive rounds will do him more good.
Yeah, well, I think Ibrahim is proving to be a tricky customer to hit clean. But Davies can up the gears now, I think, and fuse that physical strength and presence to put the pressure on Ibrahim a little bit more and make him fight back or make him quit.
It's no good because the right hand's going over the top of him. Change it, jab back, jab.
Here's some of the action from the second round. There's that left hand which just caught Ibrahim a little bit off balance.
Yeah, it was good reactions from Davies, because you know he was a little bit off balance himself actually, but he's seen the gap and he's whipped in the left hook straight away.
Beautiful evening here in Leeds. Lovely conditions. It's almost still. It's still very nice and warm, mercifully. Third round of this six-rounder. Ohara Davies in the black and red shorts.
Got to show that jab out, Ibrahim. At the minute, he's allowing Davies to walk forward and just set up his attacks. He's got to try and keep him off balance, just try and keep him thinking himself. He just can't just walk forward and do what he wants. There's a throw there. Ibrahim is feints. Better. It's the double jab right hand for Davies every time. Double jab to the chest, then just a big right hand over the top. You will never miss with that combination. But this upper body movement of Ibrahim just offsets you a little bit, just offsets your rhythm.
That's a better shot. Solid right hand from Davies.
And as soon as Ibrahim kept his body still.
And that's a great body shot. And another.
Just needs to come back with another shot there, doesn't he, Davies? Good body shot as well there from Ohara Davies.
Taking the wind out of him a little, I suspect. Those 3 body shots coming, though, from Ibrahim's perspective at the right time of the round. Coming towards the last 30 seconds of this third.
Good shot again. Not enough to sort of wind him up, but just enough to slow his legs a little bit.
Really trying to wind up that right hand, didn't he?
It's crude, isn't he, Davies, with some of his work.
Body shots have definitely taken something out of Ibrahim in this round.
He's looking for that clean punch there, isn't he, Davies? But maybe just put your punches in combinations. Oh, it's a beautiful left uppercut.
Oh, that was a quality attack, wasn't it? Right on the bell. Corner had just been calling to him to jab his way in, don't look for the big shots all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say that. He's looking for that clear one shot that knocks someone out, but I think if he throws in combinations, I think he'll prise open the gaps. But finish the round there with some lovely uppercuts. Start with that left uppercut.
Yeah.
Beautiful combination. See the crazy long arms? He's always going to find a home for that big long right hand. Lifts the elbow up as well and punches down with it. And those body shots without really taking the wind out your sails, just slowing the legs down and slowing that upper body movement. And that's
those uppercuts really beautiful. That first left uppercut was a tremendous shot.
It's also unorthodox that he does everything wrong but gets the right result.
Seconds out. Round 4.
4th round, Davies in complete control. He's won the first 3 and won them clearly.
It's a solid jab there from Davies.
If he gets through this, it's starting to look already as though he will do. If he moves on towards a fight against Catterall, that would be a real mouth-watering sort of clash.
That'll be a fantastic clash, wouldn't it? And you know, not a step up for Davies because he's been in with Josh Taylor of all people, but it would certainly be his best win if he could get a win.
No, Catterall fancies it big time.
Well, you look at Catterall's record. He's had a real good apprenticeship. Really has.
20-0 now, and he's still only 24, Jack.
He's in all those imports, and you know, people like Joe Hughes, Tyrell Nurse as well. He boxed some good fellas. And also, to be honest, the thing always looming over Davies' head is not his behaviour outside the ring, is what happened in the Taylor fight, the finish of the Taylor fight, and that's always going to be over his head until he wins something big or is in a battle where he shows his resolve. Until that happens, that's just the way it's the sport we're in, and it's cruel, but that's the way it'll be.
It's the way boxing is, isn't it?
It's the way boxers will treat you. That's what the truth. But he can fight.
Looking for that uppercut again, just off target that time.
And to give him a bit of credit, after that Taylor defeat, he went in with Tom Farrell, who was 13-0. No, he didn't have an easy warm-up fight. He went straight in with a good guy who was defending an undefeated record. So give him a bit of credit for that. But it's still a thing over his head until he can prove otherwise certainly to the boxing fraternity.
Well, his opportunities surely will come. Just find the big punch that he's looking for here.
And that's why just putting your punches together in combinations, you relax, you just let your punches go, and because he's naturally heavy-handed, you'll find the gaps. And to be fair to Ibrahim, he's been very awkward, keeps that upper body moving all the time, a little bit negative at times as well, but most of the time, so just making Davies look for the target and not overcommit.
Ahmed Ibrahim didn't actually get the call to take this fight. It was only agreed at 11 o'clock last night. So he is the latest of substitutes. That's a good right hand, but again, Ibrahim showing a decent chin.
Just taking he took a lovely left hook to the body, which looked like might have sunk the knees, but it never from Ibrahim. And that right hand, the finish as well, was the whole combination there was class there from Davies.
Last few seconds. Another clear round for Davies.
I think that's probably his best round, to be honest, John.
And here again from round 4.
That's the first punch of the round, that was that jab. Fantastic shot. Went straight out, made him feel his power early. That was good. A lovely right hand there. Pretty much to finish the round, wasn't it? We started and finishing the round with 2 fantastic shots, but before that right hand, John, was the left hook to the body, some good other punches in combinations, putting his punches together in bunches, and he looked the part.
Nice and straight. Must keep his shot straight. Straight up the middle. Right. Must come through this little box here. 1, 2 up the middle.
Alan Hart and Mervyn Turner with the words of advice.
Listen. Go and get the rounds in. Scan this right shot.
Sun just going down now, and in a moment or two the ring will begin to be being illuminated by the overhead lights. Good shot, nice right hand. That's how Barry's got it at the moment. 4 rounds to none in Ohara's favour.
He's pumping his arms out, Ibrahim. There's nothing and no urgency in his work at the minute.
Oh, I can't remember the last time he landed a decent punch. It's going back a bit. All Davies, and Ibrahim, despite showing kind of superficially attacking intentions, he's not denting him at all.
No, and he's shown good defensive skills, and he's staying safe.
Got good upper body movement, hasn't he?
Well, he has, yeah. And he just just takes the sting out some of the shots of Davies. Not all of them, but some of them. But that's Davies' job now, to up the gears. That's what he has to do.
Body shots.
Yeah,
Probably needs a few more of those. Bring the gloves down.
What he needed there, he threw that right hand to the chest. He needed that left uppercut. He was bent over. His right shoulder was turned towards his left knee. He needed to come back with that left uppercut.
A solid body shot again, and again. Fair play to Ibrahim, though. He's not yielding.
No, he takes a good shot, doesn't he? He's sturdy enough. But it's all Davies. It's totally dominant.
Another big round for Ohara Davies. 5 out of 5, only 1 remaining. He's in complete control, and the only question is whether or not he's going to force a stoppage, and it looks unlikely, in all honesty, at the moment.
You can see it, can you? I think that's all credit to Ibrahim, to be honest. He takes a good shot, rides a good shot as well, and that little bit of negativity he has, and just sitting on the back foot, means Davies just can't get maybe full leverage in some of his shots.
So the last round. Ohara Davies would love to make a bit of a statement and get this one over and done with before the final bell. That's the way to do it. Hurtful left hand into the body. Looking to find that one big right hand to finish it.
But that's been... except for Ibrahim, oh, good uppercut there from Davies. Except for Ibrahim being, you know, defensively quite awkward to hit. I think that's been the only problem for Davies. Look when he puts his punches together. When he puts his punches together in combinations, he looks better, and it puts Ibrahim under a lot of pressure. Oh, lovely shot. That body shot there was right in the solar plexus.
Yeah, and he took it well again, didn't he? I mean, he really has shown a lot of fitness. He's clearly somebody who must live the life, Ahmed Ibrahim. Let's confess it's the first time I've seen him in action, but he's a solid lad. Oh, another good shot. Really planting himself and delivering those hooks to the body with hurtful intent now, Davies.
And turning off the ropes as well. It's good there from Ibrahim. It's good from Davies, though, bringing those punches up. And again there, good work.
Got 30 seconds to try and find a way to end this one quickly. He'll mount a big attack, I'm sure, Davies. He'll try and do precisely that. Kind of measuring him, looking for the opportunity to throw some big uppercut inside. There's one, there's another. And he forces him back across the ring. Referee looking closely, but Ibrahim still clear-eyed. He's done well to survive this. He's been on the receiving end for most of the fight, but the final bell goes and Ohara Davies gets the win, but Ibrahim, brave and fit, has stayed with him.
He did, and you got to give Ibrahim, you know, so much credit for doing that. He was a little bit negative, but maybe he felt the power of Davies early and decided that, you know, going forward wasn't the right option. But I think the last two rounds for Davies were really good. I think his work rate was much better in the last two rounds than in the previous four. He put his punch together really well. He did all the things that he should do to get the stoppage. Just Ibrahim proved to be tougher than what he thought.
Sterner tests coming up for Ohara Davies, but he saw there in the closing seconds of the round there, he was really powering on the pressure.
He just needs us just, oh, it's lovely.
That was a great shot, that
lovely
left hand, wasn't it?
And he's getting him right on the end of those long arms as well, with all the power as he's jumping into the shots, using his legs and everything.
So the referee drawing the two men together. Mark Burdis is poised. Ohara Davies happy to have recorded a victory. The only question now is, what was the point score? Surely a complete shutout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee John Latham scores the contest 60 points to 54. The winner in the blue corner from Hackney, London, Ohara Davies.
So 6 rounds out of 6. I'm sure somewhere Josh Leather will have been watching that one and weighing up his chances in that fight if it goes ahead in June. But Ohara Davies, a new chapter in his career, and he's underway with a win.